You guys, isn't it crazy? Exactly the amount I needed. $300. Hi guys, my name is ASSYL and welcome back to my channel. And today we are going to talk about the secret, the law of attraction. And you know, everything that surrounds that stuff, the manifestation, the boards and everything like that. Do I believe in it? Do I not believe in it? Should you believe in it? I just wanted to finish my cake and I just didn't know how to start the video, so this is the way I started it. So I'm gonna get back real quick. It turned out pretty well, huh? Yeah, I just wanted to show off that. That's it. Today, me and my co-host, this lovely pimple, are going to talk about the law of attraction, the movie The Secret, and everything that surrounds that. If anyone is watching it right now and if anyone is confused, The Secret is a movie about the secret of life, and it basically just describes the law of attraction, which is the secret according to that movie. You know, it's just about based on the book and made a movie with a bunch of like philanthropists, authors, motivational speakers. I watched that movie a lot of times since when I was a teenager, like 17 till now. I watched it lots of times just because to give me a little motivation, even though I don't like those motivational movies. This is more so of a commentary, I think, so more like not like a movie, more so like if in 2006 there was a YouTube documentary, that's how it would look like. I feel like it's just, for me, it's just a bunch of YouTubers sitting and like talking like the law of attraction. The law of attraction is something that you attract in your life, and it's that feeling of you manifest it, you want it and you get it. You know what I mean? That's how it feels like, to be honest. In reality, or like, I don't know, just to give a basic explanation, the law of attraction is something that you attract to your life. You manifest it, you want it, and you get it. That is pretty much the summary of law of attraction. You attract things to your life. I was reading lots of articles based on the movie and the law of attraction, and this is by far, to me, the most that I like. So this is the 3 key points of the law of attraction, how it really works, by Sylvia Nuccio. Shout out to you, Sylvia. Anyway, the key point number 1, the law of attraction has always been present in your life. I agree and disagree. I'm going to start with the disagree part. In the movie, they were mentioning a lot. First of all, can we all agree the movie was so corny? The movie was incredibly corny. It felt like a joke, to be honest, a bit. Like, it felt a little bit like a joke. In a way, I like it because it can be likable to the younger audience, to the kids, to teenagers. It is good for them, but for adults, I think it's just a little corny, a little unrealistic. Lots of things were mentioned that are just weird. And there's lots of like motivational speakers, public speakers, philanthropy. I want to be like a real professions there. Like some people with like incredibly great career. I mean, there were few of them, but I want to see like some like from like different industries, like CEO of this company, or like a veteran of this war, or like, you know, pretty much all the people that were there were sane. So it was kind of, they were staying in that way because they are public speakers, and I want to see regular people who achieved lots of things. You know, I think that would be a little bit more doper, but I'm not complaining. So basically what it says in this key point is that you attract everything even though you didn't realize you were attracting. And in the movie there was lots of things were mentioned, from diseases, illnesses and stuff like that, and I simply don't believe that. I believe in the law of attraction, I believe in manifestation, but what I also believe is science. I don't believe that you attract diseases. I don't believe... Think about it. Even in the womb, is it called womb? I don't know. You cannot attract diseases. You know, I don't believe that. How can you attract a genetic abnormality? How can you attract a genetic disease? How can you attract cancer? The cancer cells are the mutated cells within your body. Like, according to the law of attraction, you manifest, you think, like, you know, you don't, even when you don't realize the law of attraction kind of works still. And I don't think anyone manifests diseases. I don't think anyone wants being sick. I don't think anyone wants their child to be sick. I don't think anyone is in the control of this stuff. This stuff just happens because it happens. There are like different reasons. It can be environmental reasons, like in Japan, like after like some like, you know, nuclear bombs being, even like after generations and generations, some mutations can happen, and you cannot manifest that. You cannot just get rid of it like with thoughts. These things are in your DNA, or mutated, some like genetic stuff that's going on like a deeper genetic level. There's such thing as diabetes, like type 1, let's say. You cannot just randomly like get it. Like, I understand maybe like for stuff like obesity, you somehow attracted it to your life. Sure, I'll give you that. Heart conditions, like you were obese and it complicated the heart process and stuff like that. But the stuff like HIV, the viruses, the infections, the diseases, the environmental issues, all of that stuff is not under your control. And this is rule number 1 for me. Manifestation and law of attraction works within your control. Like within your level of control, it works. And this is what I believe. You can manifest stuff that you can control. There are some things that are beyond your control, that are just in the control of the universe. It just happens. You know, there's no explanation to that. And this is what I don't like in the movie. Like, they were like, oh, if you focus on this disease and blah blah blah, like you will get like you will still be sick. And there's like other people who don't focus on their disease and then they somehow get cured. And like you have to believe that you will be healthy. Sure, like that's called optimism. First of all, that's called optimism, not manifestation. When you have a certain condition and when there is possibilities of you getting treated and being healthy and not being treated and not being healthy. There are some conditions that are literally lethal. Like you cannot, there's no treatment to that and you cannot do anything. But you can live optimistically and live the rest of your life being happy, being surrounded of your loved ones and stuff like that. But you cannot just manifest a treatment. Like you cannot manifest being not born sick. You cannot manifest of stuff that is not under your control. You know what I mean? And what I agree with this key point is, yes, the law of attraction existed even when you didn't realize it existed, if it makes any sense. I end up being at this point because at some point in the past I made certain decisions and I wanted some things and I worked for it and I believed in it. I am at this point right now because I manifested it in the past, right? This is how I end up being. Maybe not fully what I wanted, but what I truly worked for it, and I believe this is where I am. And now I realize it that was the law of attraction working when I was younger. Let's say that. This key point is full. Just divide me into 2. Okay. As long as it's under your control, I think you can manifest anything. Key point number 2. Only by becoming aware can you start making choices and move towards them. 100% I believe in it. Once I was aware of the law of attraction and manifestation, things somehow made sense. Believe it or not, things somehow made sense. You know, I've worked in like lots of different places: restaurants, cafes, warehouses, chemical factories, regular factories, schools, libraries. I worked in a lot of places. Therefore, I had lots of coworkers, and therefore I was hearing lots of stories, right? And one of the most common story still hear, people who work at certain place for 5+ years, like 6+ years, 10+ years, and they complain about working in that place for 10+ years and how they want to quit for like 10 years already. They want to quit every single day, every single year, but they still don't quit. It's because they don't know what they want. It's because they're not aware of what they want. You know, it's crazy how you see them from like a third, like, you know, from the third side, but they don't see it from the third. They see it only from their perspective. They were all saying that they want to change something, they want to quit, they want to do. But when I was asking, so what do you want to do? None of them gave me like a solid answer. Like none of them. There was one like a manager who was working like a manager for 10 years at this small like office place and was asking like, oh, so are you planning to do something maybe after this? Like, because she was complaining about this. And I was just trying to be responsive and maybe like I was curious, like, what do you want to do? Like maybe you want to study. Just like, I don't know, I just want to get rid of this place. I'm like, so where are you gonna work? If you're gonna work, of course. Like, so people cannot work. Let's normalize it. People might not work, okay? And that's okay. Not everyone has to struggle. And I was asking like, where do you want to work then? And she was like, I don't know. I was like, maybe do you want to like change your career? She's like, I don't know. Do you want to be still here, like in the city? And she was like, I don't know. And I'm like, well, if you don't know, nothing will happen. Like, how can you move towards something if you don't know at least like what you want? Maybe not starting to do changes, but like at least knowing what you want, kind of like moving towards that. But you cannot do that without actually wanting to do something. Wanting to quit is not the thing. Like, sure, like you're gonna quit, and what's the step after that? Do you want to relax? That's also a step, but that didn't seem like what she wanted, and I did not understand. Like I've met so many people like that, like so even my relatives, some of my in my family. But if you don't know what you want, please think about it, figure out, explore, be curious of what do you want your next step to be. Even relaxing can be the next step as long as you want to relax. And once you start doing your baby steps, like first step, second step, third step, you're gonna find out, you're gonna explore your doors, and you're gonna move to one or two or three of them, and then find out what you actually want, what you actually desire to be. I bring myself a little water because it was getting dry. And key point number 3, start making changes in your thinking habit today. Okay, it's kind of related to the second point also. On the surface, it looks good, and I fully agree with it. There's no but, I fully believe in it, but something in me just says no. But for now, I 100% believe in this. Making small changes in your habits today actually can lead to big results in the future. Waking up an hour earlier, let's say, or like maybe going to sleep an hour later and doing something during that hour. It shouldn't be something productive. Lots of people think it should be something productive. It shouldn't be something productive. It should be something that you enjoy and want. Let's say you do 1 hour of yoga, 1 hour of reading, 1 hour of meditating, 1 hour of doing YouTube videos, 1 hour of writing a book. In a long term, like in 1 year, you will not recognize yourself in 1 year. It happened to me because there's some things that I do now that I never did before. Like I started painting, maybe you saw in some of the videos like in the background. And I'm not the greatest painter. I don't want to be a painter. I do it for myself, and doing that, it relaxes me so much. And now, I found out that painting gives me more creative ideas that I can implement in my life, into my work, and even into YouTube that I'm trying to do now. It kind of brings me the results that I didn't know that I wanted, but now it's like a tunnel or a highway of creative thoughts that can lead to results that I want to achieve. The results that require some sort of creative thought process into it. It helps me so much to achieve them right now, and it's crazy how I never thought that it will work, but now it works. Just because I do it, I believe in it, and I enjoy it. Like I thoroughly, truly enjoy it. I don't know if this made any sense, but now to my notes. So how I did, I made up like some sort of like a formula, like not formula, like since I'm like more so like an engineer, to me everything should kind of make some sort of sense, or otherwise I'm going to get really confused. There are some people who love living confusion, and I'm not one of them. I'm not trying to be one of them. I just try to make things clear and then somehow like draw a line between it. This works to me in 3 different ways, and I believe everyone works in that 3 different ways, and this is how everyone achieves the things that they want. First of all, what you believe equals what you want and equals what you work for. Second and third ways are kind of confusing, and they're variables, and I probably did not fully implement it the way I wanted, but this is how it kind of makes some sort of sense to me. So what you work for is greater than you what believe for is greater than you want for. And the third way is what you work for is less than you believe for and less than you want for. You know, did it make some sort of sense? I'm going to put like a little chart, but basically the full standard is what I work for. The standard should be what I work for should be equal to what I believe, and it should be equal what I want to. The perfect example is going to be me applying to Ivy League school. I will never forget this in my life. I tried, you guys, if you don't know, like, there's a video called I'm Glad I Got Rejected from Ivy League or something like that. You can watch that if you want to. But basically, I tried so hard to get, I literally put my blood, sweat, and tears into getting to Ivy League. I tried so freaking hard. The grades couldn't be higher. The volunteers couldn't be higher. The work couldn't be higher. The recommendations couldn't be higher. I tried so hard. After I got rejected and after I was like kind of processing the whole rejection thing, I was like, shit, I wanted this so badly. I wanted it so badly. I tried for it so badly. Later, like now, when I think about it, why I wanted to go there. You guys, I couldn't find a single reason why I couldn't go. Can you believe in that? I couldn't find a single reason why I wanted to go there. And it's probably just because of the Ivy League status. That's like the most reasonable thing for me. But if you're gonna look at the formula, the work was the biggest factor. Well, belief and want didn't even exist. I couldn't believe that I literally didn't think I'm gonna be good enough for Ivy League. I don't think I even wanted it. Like, I don't think I even wanted it. I didn't manifest it. I wasn't imagining myself being in Cornell. I was imagining myself being in Ivy League. I was imagining myself like being like this whole like student like in Ivy League and being like a scholarship student. You know, stuff like that. But did I imagine being in Cornell specifically? Did I want it to be in Cornell specifically? And the answer is, I don't know. I don't think so. Now that I think of it, it was just the work factor. The work towards it. Towards something that I thought that I want, but I didn't fully want it. And believe it or not, this thing applies to so many people, like incredibly big amount of people. So many people want fame, money, cars, house, stuff like that. And that's why so many people don't believe in law of attraction, because they want all of this and they manifest towards this. But little do they know, do they actually want cars, fame, and money? Like, is this actually what you want? Ask yourself. You know what you want, it's just you have to think about it. And in most cases, it's what they think they want, because it's the society tells us that we want a nice house, we want to become a celebrity, we want to have lots of money. This is what people think they want. Of course, there are like lots of people who actually want that, but there's also people who don't really want that. It's just they think that they want that, and they work towards something, and they manifest something that they don't fully potentially want to get. I don't know if this made any sort of sense. Another example, actually, the law of attraction. I know it works. I want to get that stupid project management certificate so badly, and I'm not fully qualified for that, so there's like a lower qualification for that, which is called CAPM, Certified Associate in Project Management. And I wanted it so, like, this time when I was aware of law of attraction, I know that I wanted it. Like, I know that how it can help me. I know how it can help my career. I know that I want it. I know that I will study for it. I will try hard for it, and I kind of qualify for that, right? Only one downside was this exam cost $300 US plus taxes, I think so. And during that time, even during this time, I'm still trying to register to a stupid test, and I will register it because I want it. But the thing is, there was no way I could register to that test because I didn't have $300 US. Which is a lot, which is freaking a lot. This is half of my rent, you guys. It's a lot, and I could not afford it in any way. And actually, I was trying to find ways how to like trying to get a little bit more money, a little bit more cash here and there. I was working a bit of overtime, even though it's not in my contract. It doesn't say like I have to work overtime unless it's being asked for. So when I'm not asked for to work overtime, I shouldn't actually work overtime because it's kind of against company's politics or something, whatever. And I was like trying to grasp, like I was like, $10 here, $10 there. And one day, on 20th or 21st of December, the company actually gave us a New Year's bonus that I didn't know of. You guys, isn't it crazy? Exactly the amount I needed. $300. Perfectly aligned. I can even like attach a screenshot of how much this test costs. Might not look like a huge thing for you, but I was literally wanting it so badly. I was manifesting it so badly, and I was like dreaming of it. I was like, I'm gonna get the CAPM. I will be a CAPM. I'm studying for it to be a CAPM. And then after months and months, this happens, and now I'm registering for the test. How can you call it other than the law of attraction? Literally attracted this to my life because I worked hard in the company. When we got bonuses, it all kind of made sense. I wanted it. I believe I could get that CAPM. And The only missing part was something just in my control, because if I didn't work hard enough in my job, I would probably not get this bonus. But because I worked hard, because they recognized my work and they gave me the bonus. I'm including the positive side, but the law of attraction also works on everything. It doesn't only work on good things. So like last week, I woke up really moody because I was doing my homework really late and I couldn't get enough sleep and it was really cold and I had like a stomach issues. It was just not, like, I was in a bad mood. Like, let's say I woke up on the wrong side of leg, or how do you call it? I don't know. So I woke up on the wrong side of bed, leg, whatever. And I went to work like that. I was moody. I couldn't talk to anyone. I couldn't focus on my work because I couldn't talk to anyone, because I could, like, there was so many things that couldn't work properly. I didn't have breakfast. I wanted to really focus on my job, but I couldn't. Like, however much I tried, I really couldn't. And I was kind of salty, I guess. Like, I guess I was salty. And everyone was telling me, like, is everything okay? Is everything okay? And then when I think about it, I've attracted that whole bad day into my life. I woke up being really moody. I straight away made a decision that that day was bad. I made a decision that that day was bad. I advised myself that that day was bad. I fully believed it and I wanted that day to be bad because I was expecting it to be bad. And I was working towards that day being bad by not talking to anyone, not focusing properly. It just happened to be wrong. Like, I couldn't get any results. I got some bad comments on my job that day performance. Because I was performing really poorly. Like, that was the truth, and I couldn't face it fully. The next day I was like, shit, like, I literally attracted that to my life. This video is gonna be so long. Let's get on to the boards, the visualization, and everything surrounding that, okay? The whole board thing, I believe the board and stuff like that, it's good for a person who is maybe a bit disorganized, a bit confused, or just has too many goals. I don't know, I do not think it's mandatory how everyone says, like, you have to get a board, otherwise your dreams will not be fulfilled, otherwise this will not happen, otherwise that won't happen. I don't think so. I believe if you're a person who knows that what they want, the person who believes that they will get what they want, and the person who will work towards that, I think there's no need for you to get a mood board. Mood board, how it's called, visual board. I really don't think you need a visual board, but for the person maybe like me, or like people who like have different like goals and like maybe different like time frames for their goals and different plans for their goals, and maybe they do not fully know that this is what they want, I feel like visualization is going to be so useful. I actually have some really, to me it's crazy dreams. But maybe in 5 years, those dreams will be fulfilled because I know that I want them. It's just the matter of fact, do I believe that I will get those? Do I believe that I will be there? Will I work towards that? And if those three things are going to align perfectly, how I said in my formula, I will get there, you guys. Like, there's no doubt I will get there somehow, maybe through many failures. Even with this Ivy League thing, I know I will probably try harder in the future. I will not try harder, I will try more. That's the correct way to say it. I will try more because now I know what I want. I know the program. I know how it will advantage me. I know how it will advantage the university. I know where I want it, and I know how I want it. It's just a matter of time, and it's the matter of will I work hard enough for that, and will my will, how do you call a will in this? What's the synonym of will? Do I believe my willing is going to be the same in 5 years? And if it is during 5 years, I will try hard enough, I will get there, you guys. I will get there because I know it. Because I know it. There are some minuses and some pluses to law of attraction, but if you know and you're aware how to use it in your control, as I believe it is, I know you will achieve everything that you actually want. Like, actually want. Not what the society made you want, but what you and you only want. That was a long video, you guys. That was a long video. But thank you so much for watching. I could not thank enough for the people who watch me because it actually means a lot. Like, you don't know how it makes me so happy to see that some people actually watch it. And so far, I think YouTube hasn't been like on my list of manifestation. Like, I don't think it has been on my list of manifestation, but maybe from now on it will be, and we'll see how it will turn out. So thank you so much for being the part of this little journey of mine. I'm crazy grateful for everything that I have right now, and hopefully you too. So believe in yourself, want, and work for it. And I'm going to see you in the next video, guys. Bye.